All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 804. I'm your host, Cheapy D, here on Long Island, New York. And now, as always, we're joined by a man who's probably going to buy that super nerdy Fortnite controller, Wombat.
Oh, the PlayStation 5 one?
Oh, what are you thinking about that?
It's disappointing.
What?
It's disappointing. It's not
nerdy.
what I would want.
You're not going to buy it?
No,
doesn't have the class that he needs out of a Fortnite controller.
I mean, if it was kind of cool looking, like, they could make a cool looking Fortnite controller, and that is not it.
See, I put the link on the outline, but I didn't actually look at it. Yeah, that is not it. It's not it. He's right.
It's just Fortnite. It's got like graffiti stuff.
What's that logo? Why'd they make the logo look like that? Is that some like street thing that you don't know about?
I'll say yes.
Like some cool street artist collab, perhaps?
Yeah, that's it.
Because they've changed the familiar Fortnite logo to, I don't know what that is.
It's a tag.
But it's not even a tag. It's like
I wouldn't want a controller that says...
It's like a tag with crayons.
I wouldn't want a controller that says Fortnite on it in any font. Like, I don't want that. I don't want it to, like I had that Starfield controller, the Xbox one.
Right.
And that's cool because it just looks like it's got like cool, it's got a cool design on it.
It doesn't say Starfield on it.
Yeah, it doesn't say Starfield. It has like logos and colors and, you know, it's thematically Starfield. It doesn't.
Right.
You know, which is a little
shout
bit,
it out at you.
Yeah.
Or your friends that happen to be walking by.
Yeah, or the Gears. I have the Gears controller as well. Similar concept.
Right. I understand. So your dream Fortnite controller actually would not contain the Fortnite logo. That's so recognizable. Or any Fortnite logo. Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
What if it came with a skin? An in-game skin with it. Exclusive in-game skin.
Ooh, this guy's good.
Honestly, it would have to be an amazing skin. And there's a lot of skins I don't buy. So
okay. It's the Hulk, but he has a huge green erection.
I already have 2 Hulk skins,
but
I wouldn't need a $70 Hulk skin.
All right.
And for the record, by the way, because it looks like I'm having an issue with the wire to my monitor.
It's looking fine it's not over here.
Yeah, it looks fine for you guys. It's just every now and again my screen flickers. I just think it's just the wire to my monitor.
So when you have a seizure on camera, that's the reason.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not happening to everyone else, then who cares? Yeah.
I did pick up the Astrobot controller because I liked that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a cool controller.
Right. Okay. So I actually agree because the market for these controllers is probably adults like you. So the adults probably don't want the Fortnite controller to say Fortnite on it. Right? They just want it to like...
Yeah. They could have done something like, it could have been like the Astrobot one, but in yellow, and they could have like a peely design.
Right.
Yeah.
And the eyes would be a little black. Yeah. That could
peely,
work.
Right? That's what you're going to go with. It's peely.
That's what
that's the first one. That's the first wave. You can have multiple waves of controllers.
I mean, I'm not a huge peely guy, but I still think that's a better concept than what they went with.
I agree. They should check in with you. I mean, it's not just for kids.
This is what the kids want, though, I think. This is like, you're going to get that for Christmas.
I guess.
I don't know any kid that's going to be happy with the new controller. Like, I think new controllers are a thing
kid would be happy with this.
Like but
have you done any focus testing? Like in your own household, Wombat?
A new controller, I feel like, is the socks of video game things to get on Christmas.
This is better than like the Fortnite version, like the Switch, the exclusive Fortnite Switch, where it was just like 2 random colors. And I think it also said it's blue and yellow, I think are the 2 colors it was.
It said Fortnite on it.
And but there was
like
an exclusive
Fortnite on one of them.
There is a console exclusive Fortnite skin with the Fortnite Switch. That's like, if you try to buy it on eBay, it's like $300. I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
It would be cool if the skin was like a Nintendo Switch Fortnite edition. It had a gun and shot people.
It's some lady named Wildcat, which I think I've seen in game maybe once or twice.
Rare. Elite.
Yeah, because no one wants to play that game on a Switch. Right.
Well, we got all the Fortnite talk out of the way in the first, 5 minutes of the show. Just like, good news, everybody.
It'll come back up.
Anything going on in your
Will it?
lives? Wait. No, I don't think it will actually. I feel
No,
like I've checked out the outline and
I didn't put anything on about it, so probably not.
exactly. That's what I'm talking
Mhm.
about. Anything going on in your worlds?
Is anything going on in my? I can't even think of anything that's going on in my world. So maybe I'll just say no.
You didn't go to the Steve Aoki concert
I
in
didn't go
Eisenhower
to the
Park?
Steve. I did go out for my anniversary dinner since our last show.
Where was that?
We went to a steakhouse. I'm not going to say the name of it.
Because it sucked ass?
It wasn't the type of experience. You tell me. It's my
Okay.
20th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
And it was a steakhouse that my wife said, I've always wanted to try this one. Let's go
Okay.
here.
Beefsteak Charlie's.
Yeah, it was Beefsteak Charlie's. And I go, and when you make the reservation, you can actually put down, why you're going
Sure,
and
sure.
what the occasion is. And I didn't just put down anniversary, I put down 20th anniversary because,
Right.
it's like, make
Okay.
it as special
Go
as
on.
you can.
I got you. I got you.
You
I
wanted to
got
make sure they knew you were old.
Yeah, that too. So I go
Oh, they're going to
and we
learn that
show up,
soon.
and the
Behavior.
place is big,
Okay.
but there's like a main section of the restaurant where they have the big open kitchen and it's like
The fun section.
very fancy seating. And then there's like a little patio and then there's an outdoor thing. And they move us from the main restaurant over to the patio to a table that was next to the door to outside.
Right.
Convenient.
And
You can
they
fart all
sat
you
us-
want.
so they sat us at this like the ass. I kept calling it the asshole table.
Right.
Like I'm so glad they sat us at the table for assholes.
Hmm.
And then they sat someone else so close next to us that when they came to bring the steaks over to the table next to us, the server, I'm gonna say unintentionally, pushed our table over, like it went with our table just to get in to give them their food. Now, again, this is a large restaurant with plenty of room.
Right.
Even the row where our tables were, they didn't have to seat someone next to us. They
Right.
could have sat someone like 3 tables over
Right.
and it would have been fine. And
Okay.
because we were at this table next to an open door, there were fruit flies everywhere.
Delicious. How'd you want your fruit flies? Medium rare?
So again, this is the situation I'm dealing with.
Okay,
And I'm like,
understood. Now, can I ask one question?
sure.
You said that you told them it was your 20th anniversary, but that was just like in the open table like window.
Yeah, yeah.
But you
just,
never
know,
talked to a person about it.
I didn't
at
talk
any
to her,
point.
but when they sat us down, they said happy anniversary. So
okay.
they knew.
Okay. Fair
Mhm.
enough. Fair enough.
And they brought us the happy anniversary dessert, that they give to everybody. There were like 9 tables with the free dessert. We could see that, a lot of people, like, they just changed there's like a little
The
chocolate
word is
thing.
out about the free desserts at
Yeah, one
Beefsteak
says happy
Charlie's.
anniversary, one says happy birthday, whatever it is. But
Sure.
they gave us the happy anniversary dessert. We got our regular dessert
Okay.
too that we paid for. So
Right.
there. But anyway, so there was all that. So then the next day, I'm sitting on my couch and I get the pop-up from Open Table. And they go, how was your experience at restaurant?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? It's Sunday morning. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm drinking my cup of coffee.
When you
No
say
one's
couch, you mean
bothering me.
toilet, right?
Yeah, toilet. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave a review.
Sure. On open
And I'm
table.
going to say everything that I just said to you,
Okay.
pretty much almost verbatim,
Yeah.
just
on,
like,
on open table though.
on Open Table. And I left them a 2-star review.
Fair enough.
Right. I literally also agree that that's fair enough. Later that day, I get a phone call from the general manager of the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
How can we make this right? We
Uh-oh.
are so sorry. We
Okay.
read your review
Right.
and
I feel
everything
bad.
you said. And not only it's like everything you said, I know exactly what table you're talking about.
Right.
You never should have been sat there.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Right.
I know it was Saturday and it was
Okay.
busy, but even so, we've had exterminators here for the fruit fly problem. Like they didn't deny that that's a
Sure,
thing.
sure. Nice. That's good. That's good. That's good customer service, actually.
Yes, and they gave me a hefty credit to come back, which I haven't
Beautiful.
used yet.
Okay.
So
of course.
that was my story. So I guess I have to go back.
This is
so
like
I'll-
Are you
classic.
gonna tell them it's your anniversary the second time you go back too?
No, they'll know. They'll know.
It's
exactly
birthday.
who I
It's
am.
birthday this time.
Mm-hmm. So I don't need the free. It's a donut. It's a cinnamon donut
Right.
with
It's
a
not
piece
about
of
that.
chocolate on it. It's
That's what you should put down as your special event.
I will say we had
Just
the
list the free
banana.
dessert.
We did get the banana cream pie, which I paid $15 for, and that was
Whoa.
worth every penny.
Was that like a whole pie?
No, it's just one. It's not even like a piece. It's like a cylinder of pie.
Oh, okay. It's fancy.
Condensed
It's fancy.
They,
It's a
they
fancy.
made, instead of making a whole pie, they cooked it in a
tube.
in a tin can.
And a tin can. It's a cylinder of pie, and it was maybe the best thing we had, and that includes the porterhouse for two.
Okay. Well, I guess
Mhm.
it all a classic Wombat story.
Oh yeah,
Worked out very
it's
smoothly.
a good Wombat story. Yeah, exactly. All I wanted
Did
was
you
a
change
nice
your
meal.
two? Have
Hmm?
you changed your review?
Oh, I removed the review. They said, "Would you remove
They
the
got
review?"
you.
Yeah, they
They
got me to
got you.
remove the. I'm like, you know what?
They paid
Fair
you
enough.
off. They
Mhm.
paid you off to
You know
remove
why?
the review.
Because I could always do it again. I'm like,
They
you know
asked you.
what?
They actually asked you to remove it.
Yeah,
They
of
asked me to
course they
remove
did.
it. Of course they did. Yeah,
It's
they
not
don't want a
classy.
2-star.
Hey,
Not
would you
classy.
remove this if we give you this
Uh-huh.
mini restaurant bucks?
Of course. Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like the move
They
there.
bribed me.
The move there is to do that and not ask and just hope that the person does it after. You know,
Yeah.
at
What
some
I also
point,
need
like-
to do is make that reservation for my comp meal. But although, to be honest, it's not enough credit to not pay for an entire meal. But
So what you've done pretty much is you've just set other people up for more bad experiences at that table.
fruit
we'll
flies.
find out.
Because they bought you off. Because
Hopefully they don't put any.
like
Yeah.
it's like nothing to them to like just buy off the review.
And
then
it's not
they-
even a full meal. You said, right?
It won't be. It would be close. It would
It
be enough to
depends how
pay
much
for the
booze you
steak.
have.
Yeah. Yes. And we did have a decent amount of booze when we.
Right. Well, no booze. You can have a
Well, I
meal.
hope it's better the second time you go.
Me too.
Right.
But it was, that was there. You go. That was the excitement of since the last show. Now go ahead and tell us what happened to you, Stevie Aoki.
I would say next time in that situation, and if that happens to any of our listeners, certainly if there are other tables available in the restaurant, you could like go aside and tell somebody like, hey, it's our anniversary. I think we could have a little nicer table.
I
Or did you
wanted
try
to.
that? But you didn't want to make a scene also. It's also you get mad and you don't know if you can like
It was
control it.
so my mother-in-law was really big.
Was there?
No, but
Did you
she
call
has
her during the whole thing?
basically my wife's entire life. My mother-in-law was never happy with the first table she was ever sat at any restaurant.
No. Okay, got it.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah, from my mother-in-law. Yeah,
No, you're saying that your wife is now like traumatized by that.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I can't do it because
Right.
it would have ruined the whole
Okay.
night for her.
What you could do for next time, and not for you, but for anybody, is when you do it away from the table. Like you get up to go to the bathroom. Say, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. You go up. You go to the host, and you explain the situation very quietly and discreetly. And that way, there's no fuss. And then, I mean, maybe the guys will tell you to go fuck yourself, but probably not.
I
But
could've
you
been
got
like,
some
well,
money out
yeah.
of it. But also
and
fruit flies.
and I got to kill 7 fruit flies. Yes, we counted.
Watch out for bees when you do that. Just be careful.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to so every summer, as you know, Wombat, the wonderful Eisenhower Park in Nassau County, which is a big ass park, has a whole summer's worth of free entertainment in the outdoors of the park. And like, I think it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every weekend, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. It's like 3 days a week. They have like a different free show. And almost always it's something for old people, or that old people will be the majority of the audience. They bring the chairs. They don't even look at this to see what it is.
It's
probably.
usually like the Marshall Tucker Band is like, I think shows up every year. Tony Orlando is another biggie.
Well,
shows up there.
in terms of like the headliners of the whole summer, like most of the performances are like the Marshall Tucker cover band. Or
Yes, they have a
stuff
lot
like
of those too. Yes, I think the Queen cover band was a big one this year.
They have a lot of shows the whole summer. It's a lot. It's like literally like 3 a week for the summer, including the one that I mentioned like a month or two ago with Sal and Richard from the Howard Stern Show. They had a show there. Anyway, so they advertised at the beginning of the thing. I probably mentioned it at the show at the beginning of the summer that they were going to have a legendary house DJ at the end of the summer, closing out the shows. And it turned out they announced it like a few weeks earlier that it was Steve Aoki. Now, he's like a very famous DJ. He probably gets $100,000 to come.
Is that the Benihana guy?
Benihana Jr.?
Yeah, that's the Benihana guy. I'm just
Yes.
making sure I have the right guy in my head.
Rocky
Okay.
Aoki is his father, or was his father, and he is a world famous DJ and makes a lot of money. And I'm sure Nassau County had to.
But does he turn the records into a volcano?
He doesn't, but he throws a cake at the audience.
Okay.
I think I sent you the video of him throwing the cake.
I thought he was supposed to throw shrimp into my mouth.
That would be good and less dangerous, because there's a video of at this show him throwing the cake at a kid on his dad's shoulders. Like the kid had a sign saying "Cake me." The kid is like, how old was that kid? You saw the video. 4, 5,
Okay.
5, maybe 5. Could
We'll
be
say
5.
5.
No hearing protection, by the way. And fucking Aoki just nailed the kid right in the head. And the kid is like flying back. Didn't even know what happened for like a few seconds. Didn't know if he was supposed to cry or not. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So usually they have like a few hundred people show up for these shows, but this was like thousands of people. And they had like a local DJ open up for this guy. But in between the local DJ and Steve Aoki, they had Bruce Blakeman, who is the Nassau County executive. You familiar with Bruce Blakeman, Wombat?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Not
like
a fan.
He's like a Trumpy,
Yeah.
like local. He's like a Trump wannabe, basically. So normally at a DJ show, you have the opening DJ and a brief interlude of music, and then you have the other guy, the main headliner, come on, right? But in this case, Bruce Blakeman wanted to come on and talk about, Bruce, just like, hey, look, it's me, the guy that paid for Steve Aoki with your tax money. And also, let's get some like fake patriotism going by thanking all the police and the volunteer firefighters and the everything. Thank that. And USA. And at one point, I'm shit you not, he was shushing the crowd. Okay, it was a crowd of adults mostly. I mean, there were some children there with their parents, but he is shushing the crowd at a performance and like literally going shh, shh. And people are booing him, of course, like because it's fucking ridiculous. He played the national anthem in between the DJ sets, which is like really like good for the vibe of like house music. And which version of the national anthem do you think Bruce Blakeman played, Wombat? Think about just like his age, I guess.
I mean, I would assume he would have played an old version of it.
Yeah.
But
it just like really stuck out as like why, like there's a lot of versions. Why this version? There's too many famous ones, but this is a pretty famous one.
I'm assuming it wasn't the Jimi Hendrix one.
No. It was the Whitney Houston one.
That's what.
Okay.
Dang it! I should have said it. That's what I had. That's what I had. I
know.
just don't know
I
anything
knew
about
you
this
had
guy.
Go with Whitney Houston. Okay.
I didn't know anything about this guy, but I was thinking Whitney Houston.
And it was so ridiculous. And like I was standing around black people and they were just like, even they thought like everything about it was ridiculous. And but him shushing the adults, it was just like so insulting. I was like, come on, man. Like, and then he went on Twitter the next day and lied about how big the crowd was. In true he did. Yeah, in true Trumpian fashion. But it was great, and they should just do that again, but not buy a guy that costs $100,000. Like there's a lot of DJs between like the local guy and the guy that costs $100,000, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to clog up all the streets. Anyway,
did he play all of his hits?
I'm not a big Steve Aoki guy. Like
he played bam, bam, bam,
he has a lot of hits. He's like,
and he played.
That is one of his hits, actually. Wombat knows a lot about music.
Yep.
You probably actually know his songs, but he's like considered like a mainstream DJ.
Yeah, like if Wombat and I both know his name.
Yeah,
he's a mainstream famous. DJ.
Yeah,
right.
Then he's famous.
We should have a game. We should have a game where I present to you a bunch of DJ names, and then you have to guess whether they're real DJs.
We'd be horrible at it.
You would be. I mean, you'd be great at it in my eyes, in terms of entertainment. Anyway, that was really cool. My friend just called me before the show to let me know that his wife is into this new thing. I don't know if your wife might be into this, Wombat, because this might be like,
Pegging?
what is it? Nagging, did you say?
No, I said
Close.
pegging.
Oh, pegging, pegging, no. Entering contests.
Oh, no, my wife does not enter
Oh,
contests.
okay, that's like her thing.
I've never seen her enter a contest in my life.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know if that was like the new thing that was going around Facebook or something. But anyway, so she won this cup of noodles fantasy football contest. If you click on the link, you'll probably recognize the football player associated with this contest. Anyway,
George Kittle.
Yeah, I feel like this is Wombat's dream, or maybe was Wombat's dream at one point. But my friend has won a year's supply of cup of noodles stir fry, which is 365 containers of cup of noodles delivered.
I mean,
at
I'd
various
rather just
intervals.
have the $25.
Wait, she gets a personalized video from George Kittle as well?
Yes. You get to. Oh, you found what the prize pack is?
I did.
Okay, he wrote it. Of course, my friend isn't really into football and fantasy football, and he like wrote a whole script for the guy to say, which is going to be like, I'm sure the guy is going to be, they're not paying me enough for this. Who's the guy? What's the guy's name?
George Kittle.
George Kittle.
He's
Okay.
the tight end for the 49ers.
Is he like a great player or?
He's a good tight end.
He's a top tier tight end.
Cool.
Right. He's in a lot of commercials. as
Okay,
well.
smart. I mean, your career doesn't last forever, and you want some free noodles. He's getting some free noodles too, I'm sure. And I think he gets a jersey too, autographed jersey. Maybe?
I would like the jersey.
I don't
jersey
think
would
he's
be
offering
cool.
it.
I'm just saying, like, I'd rather have the jersey than
Than the
the
noodles.
cup of noodles.
Yeah, but that's because you got the jab. Before the jab, you would have been swimming in them noodles.
I don't see how those two things are related, but I'm gonna nod my head.
Thank you.
Well, congrats.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? It's not that cool.
Way to go to your
Flame.
friends.
His friend's wife.
Yeah.
And in said Orange Theory news, my favorite coach is moving to another Orange Theory location. So I will.
Do you know which one? Is it mine?
It's Forest Hills.
Oh no, that's not mine.
That is not yours, unfortunately.
Mm.
Just because it's much closer. He doesn't want to sit in traffic at 5:00 in the morning.
I
Which
understand that too.
I learned that. Do you know this? That the coaches get paid based on how many people show up to the class.
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I've been going for 500 classes.
Mhm.
I just had my 500th class, by the way. I forgot.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I learned that, and he was like, "I'm in traffic at 5 in the morning, and there's like 6 people showing up for class, and it sucks." But he was like my favorite coach, and he was like, the men the very few men in the class were like getting teared up at the end of class today. And it was funny. I started to get sad, but then I didn't snap myself out of it.
Yeah, I never get to go to the coach that I prefer. He doesn't coach on the days that I can go anymore. So I don't really see him much, and that kind of bums me out. Like I usually see him walking in when I'm walking out now.
Good coach helps. Like a coach that you like connect with, I guess helps.
Yeah. I mean, there's it's like just the difference. Like, the coach that I see mostly now is just kind of stands there.
Right.
And there are a couple of better coaches that are like, oh, that'll come over and correct your form. That kind of coach. I prefer that. I want someone to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Are they on open table?
Yeah, they're on open table. Yeah. Mm.
I feel like we could fix this.
I mean, they're all nice.
No,
It's
I know
not
what
like
you mean. I know what
dislike
you mean.
them.
I think you know what it is. Real talk. Like, and I've read this on the Orange Theory Reddit. The coaches sometimes, especially I think with the men, are afraid to correct you in any way. Some of the coaches are intimidated because some people are assholes, and they'll be like, "Don't tell me what to do." Like, especially the men. Like, and if it's a female coach, you can see that situation happen, especially in your town, Wombat. Don't you think? Like,
There are guys in my classes, and they're all very nice and pretty nerdy looking.
Oh, okay, good.
A lot of the guys in my class kind of come off like me, where
Oh,
I
that's
think
good,
I'm
yeah.
the most non-threatening looking dude that you can have.
yeah. That's the
Yeah.
people who go to Orange Theory. That's why I connect with it.
Mhm.
It's women and those guys.
Yeah. Guys that are in like legitimate shape, they go to a real gym. They don't
Right.
need. Yeah.
Right. So shout out to Coach Omar, and he got me to go 15 miles per hour on the treadmill, which I lasted about 10 seconds on that. And then I was like, he was standing next to me while I was doing it. And he's like, go, go, go. And I was like, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And he like, tapped it down. But yeah, I learned I can't do 15 miles per hour. That's what I learned this week. It's very fast. Let's do some show feedback.
Sure. This is from Greg Scavisi. Greg Scavisi. In regards to Wombat's chimp issue, it's probably because of the story that was everywhere when it came out. There's a 911 call audio. There's photos of the victim. The chimp scene in the movie Nope was inspired by it. I have the same chimp. I assume he meant to say, I have the same chimp phobia because of it. I do remember that story. I remember when it was on the front page of newspapers. And yeah, fuck that story.
It's in the documentary, obviously.
And fuck chimpanzees.
It's in the documentary.
I still am
okay, but how about this thought, Wombat? I believe that you enjoyed the documentary Chimp Empire starring chimps.
Yes, I did.
And it was violent.
But that's chimp on chimp violence.
But they're like humans.
No, it's
they're
chimps.
Our brothers.
That's chimps in the wild. That's a lot different than some idiot losing their face and testicles because they messed with a chimpanzee in their house. They're not the same thing.
I don't know. The testicles were lost.
Well, I think it was a woman that was attacked in the story that he's referring to. But anyway.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I stand by my facts.
chimps don't belong together. If you told me there was
a show,
for
sure. That's the point of the show, I think.
Yeah. If you told me there's a show about chimps being chimps in a chimp free and a chimp full environment, that's a different situation.
Okay. Well, I will say for sure that I had my eyes covered during all those things that you mentioned during the documentary. That's how I got through those parts, and I enjoyed it. But we never need to speak of it again, I feel.
Fair
enough?
Oh, my monitor's getting all... Stop it. Stupid wire.
Stop it. Get a flashlight.
Well, I would need to do is get behind there and just plug it in, but I don't want to do that now because we're doing a show.
Are we?
I think so.
I don't know. Ask the audience.
I know, right?
Audience, are we doing a show? So, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great documentary. And you know what? They talked about it on Howard, and he said he couldn't watch it either. He said he watched it for about 15 minutes, and he just, for the reason that you said, just like the humans and chimps living together disturbed him so much. Not because of the thought of the violence, just because of the thought of humans and chimps living together. Yeah, he was like, I'm out. This is too fucking weird.
Yeah, it's too weird. Forget it.
Fair enough. Let's watch this, jerks, because we got a lot of shit here, and there's a lot of jerks.
That's fair.
Yeah, I went to the theaters and saw Transformers 1.
How was it?
With my kids. It is very good.
That's what you say in the text messages as well. But I watched the trailer, and the reviews are good too. I
watched the trailer as well, and I was not expecting it to be like, I was expecting it to be like, oh, my kids will enjoy this movie.
Okay. It's a bad trailer is what you're saying.
It's a bad trailer in that it really focuses on like the hamming it up.
Okay.
Parts of it, right? Like there's a lot of like comedy in the trailer. And there's certainly comedy in the movie, but it's not like a big slapstick movie.
Got it.
I mean, look it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
You showed me already. You made me look it up. It was like 80 or something, right? Or
88.
More?
88% critic review.
Okay.
90 something audience review.
Dumbass review.
Yeah.
That's what I call that.
It's genuinely a good movie.
Okay.
Like, it is a good like version of Cybertron and like the beginnings of Optimus and Megatron.
Cool.
And Soundwave I saw is in there.
So they pull it off.
Soundwave's in there. They do. They pull it off. And the whole time you're like, I don't know if I like this, like just the designs of like Orion Pax. Like I don't need to see Optimus's mouth. Right? Like
does he have lips? He has lips?
I guess robot lips, kind of.
Because even the premise itself to me feels like something I've seen a million times.
Sure.
That's what turned me off about it initially. Again, this is it's an animated film for for I assume families. So who cares what I think? It doesn't have to be that.
Right. It doesn't have to be like, like there's only so many stories to tell that you start retelling the same like setups, right? But it pulls it off well. Like it's got a lot of like Easter egg type stuff, but it's not just like depending on the Easter egg stuff. Like it just hits you like with a joke or like something that you see that like, oh, I get that the kids don't get it because it's from like the old Transformers stuff.
Right.
But like the action's good. It like takes like the appropriate amount of time. I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes. So it doesn't feel like too quick like most kids movies are, where it's like that 90-minute rule. Like it like
right.
lets itself breathe. Yeah, it lets itself breathe a little bit.
You get to know young Optimus.
Yeah. It's
the Soundwave have like the cool voice.
Yes, not the exact voice as the old one, but he does have a Soundwave voice. But yeah, all the voices are different.
Look, it's me.
Yeah, he's not like he's not in it a whole lot, but he's there.
Is he like, yo, what's up? It's me, like new hip Soundwave.
No.
Okay.
Bumblebee is like new hip Bumblebee.
Okay.
He's the one that's like, I don't know, it's the right thing for a Bumblebee though too, because he's like the overeager one, right? Trying to like.
Sure, I read the back of the box.
Yeah.
I know his stats.
Yeah, it's
his weaknesses.
It's solid. It's like.
All right, I'll watch it when it comes to whatever.
For Transformers, what like Spider-Verse does for
that's
Spider-Man
a bold statement.
Stuff. I mean, it doesn't do all the like the weird graphic like.
Is Post Malone doing the soundtrack? Steve Aoki?
Probably.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's shocking to me."
Is there You Got the Touch like remix in this?
No, but there may be references to it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not hokey. Like the whole thing is not hokey.
Okay, fair enough. The trailer made it seem hokey, so that's why
I know it's a bad trailer, but it's a good trailer for kids.
Exactly.
Right?
Daddy, take me to the Transformers movie. All right, cool. I'll look forward to that. Is that going to go to like Peacock or something that I don't have anymore?
It's Universal. What is Universal?
Oh God.
That might
be a Peacock, right?
Might be. Yeah, that would be Peacock. Yeah. NBC Universal.
Oh, well.
Yes.
It'll make its
The best thing too is like Scarlett Johansson plays Alita 1, and like in all of like the press tour for this, she's like nowhere to be seen. It's all
why
like
I noticed
Chris
that when you
Hemsworth
sent me that text early today. I'm like, I didn't even know Scarlett Johansson was in this.
Yep, she's one of the leads.
Did she do something? Has she been canceled and I'm unaware? I'm unaware of?
It's probably like, I'm not doing this shit. Come on.
I mean, it is contracted. Yes, doing press.
Maybe she got out of it.
Yeah, it definitely could be that did she have a baby recently or something? I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know either, but yeah, it is noticeable that she is not on the press tour with the rest of them. Anyway,
what else we watching?
What is this other movie on here?
Elliot and I had a movie night on Saturday, and we watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is a Guy Ritchie film starring Henry Cavill that tells the mostly true story of, I believe it's called Operation Postmaster from World War II, which is about a group of covert British spies taking out Nazis. That's the short version of it. It's a pretty good movie. We enjoyed it. It's supposed to be an action comedy. There's a decent amount of action. I think it probably could use like a smidge more fighting scenes. Like sometimes there's a lot of space in between like the big action set pieces. But I will say the action scenes, like the fighting, it's lots of close up kind of visceral fighting.
Right.
And they do a good job of that. It's pretty, it's pretty gruesome at points, but it gets its point across. It does a good job there. We both enjoyed it. We watched it on Stars, but it's going to be on Amazon Prime, I think, like before this month's over or next month. So I recommend it. Like
Nice.
once it hits Amazon Prime and you can watch it without having to pay any more than you are already paying for, it's worth, you know, especially knowing that it's a true story. You know, after to be, Elliot and I both did a little bit of research to find out who these people really were. It actually would have been nice if they gave them better, the characters could use better epilogues to be honest, but it's a good movie. It was a good
Nice.
movie. Yeah. It's a movie that was in the theaters earlier this year that no one saw.
Right. I feel like nobody sees a lot of movies now.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like that's the biggest audience for movies now is nobody.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know, maybe 10 people in the theater when we saw Transformers 1 on opening weekend.
Right.
And I mean, it was playing like every like 45 minutes or something. And we were like, went to see like a 420 show.
Nice. Were people lighting up in the theater? It's legal there now to do that.
I mean, yeah, the dispensary is right across the street from the theater.
Right. I think you can smoke in the theater too. I think that's legal.
Yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, there was like a lot of people in the movie theater itself, like out in the open area. I just couldn't figure out where they were all going, or if there was just. I think there's just too many. Like I don't know if there's like 16 screens. I think there's 16 screens at the one the movie theater right by my house, and it's just like I don't know that there's enough movies like to be like filling 16 screens up at a time.
Right.
Like,
They're just hoping that people buy a lot of popcorn.
Right. You're pretty much playing Beetlejuice and Transformers in every theater, right?
Right. I'm surprised that Wombat hasn't gone to see Beetlejuice.
I thought about it. Is that enough?
I thought about not going. I'll watch it when it comes to
exactly.
HBO,
I know I'll see it. Exactly. I'll see Beetlejuice when it's the right time to see Beetlejuice.
Right. By the way, before we start talking about TV, did you hear that Mayor Adams got indicted tonight?
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Not a big surprise since they had confiscated his cell phone like last week. But that's good. Very good, New York. Great, great job electing a great mayor. TV side. Speaking of corruption and in a city that's dark and dangerous. Oh, that was lame.
Yeah, it was.
We've been watching The Penguin on HBO Max.
Well, there's only been one episode.
I know. I wish there was more. Every night, Mrs. Chibi's asking me, "Is a new Penguin?" I'm like, "No, I think it's Sunday."
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really good.
It was very good.
It makes sense. Yeah.
It's good because it has nothing to do with Batman, really. It's just like a crime.
They've been trying to pull that off for a long time.
I know, right?
The funny thing is, it has a lot to do with Batman.
Right, but nothing. He's not.
And yet nothing. It's somehow like because you don't know who any of these people are.
I know people.
Yeah,
I've heard of the Penguin.
I've heard. Yeah.
Other than the Penguin, do you even know who any of these people are?
Of course. What do you mean?
No.
It's me. Who are you talking to?
How many times have you read The Long Halloween?
Shit, I got a copy of that like right over here somewhere.
Exactly.
What is this, like Nobbies? No, I mean, like, you got the Falcone. I know about him and the girl, Mrs. Falcone. No. The point is that it stands on its own as a mafia movie or mafia series. And Colin Farrell is crazy good at it. It's almost like, why did they hire him to put just so much makeup on him to make him unrecognizable as a person?
Because they knew that he wanted the challenge and that it's something he would want to do and he wouldn't half-ass it. And he's a good actor.
He's a crazy actor.
If you could get a good actor to put all of everything they got into something that should be silly,
I know,
and be able to make it not silly,
right?
Then that's the right actor for your job.
It's amazing that he even was into it, because he's got to sit through like 3 hours of makeup every day. It's it's so much fucking shit on him, basically. There's too much fucking shit on him, but yeah, it was really good, and it would survive in a world without Batman. Unlike all these other like Batman adjacent things, like there's a lot of story there and has nothing to do with Batman. And it doesn't
know.
matter if you know who these people are or not.
It would be nice if the Batman Part 2 was coming out sooner, because I don't think that's going to be out until like 2027 or something
Is
ridiculous.
he in that movie? Is that the deal? The
I'm
Penguin?
sure he will be.
Right.
I would be surprised. You know, it's so the whole thing
Uh-oh,
with
it's
Batman.
maybe too much. Maybe too much.
We're gonna get a little. We'll get a little
You stepped into it here.
Oh.
What makes when Batman works and what they've never been able to pull off in the movies successfully is have Batman exist in this sort of world where characters like the Penguin and the Joker and Scarecrow and whomever, all the names you know, and Mr. Freeze, they're all always there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's not like they show up for 2 hours, they die at the end, and
Well,
then
except when they get when they get into Arkham.
Like they get into Arkham, they break out of Arkham, but they're
Right.
still always around.
Sure.
So if they do it right in the next Batman movie, the Penguin should be somewhere, and having him show up, even if it's for 5-10 minutes,
Wah.
it would make sense. Exactly. But that's what I would like them to do with that movie. It's like establish that there's that this world exists of all of these villains, that they're not just villain of the week for Batman to fight.
Right. I'm doing crime over here, see?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just because you're over
Exactly.
there fighting that guy, I'm still over here doing my crime, see?
You figured it out. Good job.
Thank you. I'm
Uh-huh.
available for the Batman podcast.
Could you? Could you? Was the one that I'm starting?
I could be I could be everybody.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. We're ready for the next episode.
Excellent.
Why are they releasing one at a time? They still do that? It's annoying. It's killing
I
me.
don't know. Yep.
All these shows now, we gotta wait.
I used to say the same thing about Night Court in the 80s.
You can't wait for the next one. Hey, I watched a lot of Night Court in the 80s. I can't really say
We all
anything.
did.
Oh,
that
man.
show was awesome.
It was good.
Mhm.
How's Agatha all along?
I liked it. And it's weird because I think a lot of people didn't get it. And so I've seen a few people talk about the first half of the first episode, which if you watched WandaVision, even if you're just paying attention, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
But a lot of people are like, I didn't understand what was going on in the first episode. And then everything changed. And I didn't understand how everything changed and why they did it. And I'm like, because you're just not, I don't want to spoil it for people
Yeah,
who
don't.
haven't watched it.
They're not paying attention, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm
They're
like,
looking at their
you just-
phone.
yeah, like you were either second screening it or you weren't paying attention or you forgot what WandaVision was and what made it so popular. Because the whole first episode is kind of like a throwback to WandaVision to kind of remind you of what that was and what happened there to kind of
Got it.
ease you into what's going to be. And then the second episode is a little bit more straightforward. It's actually very expositional. Is that a word? Or did I
Yes.
just make that? Yeah. There's a lot of exposition in the second episode. And I even saw people say, I like the second episode a lot better because everything made sense after that.
Right.
I even saw people like comments where they're like, yeah, I went back and watched the first episode again after I watched the second episode because then the first episode made a lot more sense. So, yeah,
Is Mrs. Cheapy gonna
Why,
like this
why
or
are
no?
people doing this? Why are we rewatching?
I don't know because I think people are just not as bright as we think they are.
But what, like, there's so much to watch. I just can't,
Yes.
like, this.
Why is the show being made? Is that what your question is?
No, I'm fine with that part. But not only, well, kind of, yeah, like, not only is this show being made, but there's people like going back and rewatching an episode that they've already watched before.
Yes.
Like, this is something people do.
I guess so. I mean, they're not long
don't
episodes.
believe you.
To be fair,
I don't
Oh.
like this can't be.
I don't know. I didn't. I'm just saying what I saw people say.
So is Mrs.
I
Cheapy
thought it
gonna
was
like
very
this
good,
or
though.
not? That's what I need to know. do you think?
Does she like witches?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
You don't know. You've been married to this woman.
I know, but
For
I don't
quite a
know
while
if-
now.
20 years. I don't know if she likes. She doesn't dislike witches. She
I
doesn't-
would say I watched the first 2 episodes, and if she doesn't like it after that, which
Okay.
is only about an hour,
Okay.
if she doesn't like
If she doesn't like after that, have her rewatch the first episode.
And then go back and watch WandaVision.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah, she's not doing that. All
Mm-hmm.
right, good enough. What else? There's a new season of Slow Horses, and it's very good, just like all the other seasons. I still recommend that to you guys to watch. It's on Apple TV. It's got Gary Oldman in it, and he's very fantastic in it. And it's not depressing. It's like an action thriller. type, and funny. It's got a lot of comedy in it. So Slow Horses. Why? I mean, Apple TV is losing so much money, and they're on these shows. Nobody's watching them, and a lot of them are really good. And I guess this one, they probably have like a contract with Gary Oldman to make 5 seasons or something like that, or a certain amount, because they've already made 4 seasons. But I don't know. It's another
There's a
show.
good clip of Gary Oldman and Colin Farrell meeting for the first time.
Okay.
It's like 30 seconds long. I saw it on TikTok. It's kind of cute. You should find it.
I'll find it.
It's a heartwarming, they fanboy over each other, having never met before.
Right.
Yeah. Colin Farrell says that Gary Oldman's his favorite actor of all time, and he can't believe he's meeting him, and he gets like misty. It's cool.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We also started watching the new season of Only Murders in the Building,
That's a good show.
but we only watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, so in the 3rd episode, no?
Yeah. Kumail is in the 3rd episode.
Yes. There's been 4. I'm caught up on it. I have no idea how many episodes there are.
It's still funny and good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, including Shanafan, sent in this news article about the new RoboCop TV series that's in development at Amazon. And do you know this guy,
Enjoy your
Wombat?
one season of that.
You gonna enjoy
I
the
said enjoy your one season
Yeah.
of that before it gets canceled.
Right, probably. Wombat, do you know this guy, Peter Ocko? He's like the writer. I know you're
know.
tuned in.
I know
to
who
the
James
industry.
Wan is. I see that in the
Right.
title.
I think definitely you can make a good RoboCop series, but it's hard.
Any TV series could be good.
It's hard, but you have this extra challenge. It's the thing that Shipwreck brings up, like whenever they try to have Darth Vader be in a movie, where when you have the character who just doesn't say that much, and you've kind of memorized all of his lines already because he just hasn't been in that many things or said that much. You have to choose the new words so carefully, and it's so hard to make it not sound awkward for the people who've already memorized all the previous dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And RoboCop is just like right in there in terms of that type of situation.
I completely agree. Like, what are you going to have him say?
And you can do it.
Dead or
like,
alive, you're coming with me.
Like, you can't, like,
You
and then in
can.
episode 3, he's going to say, dead or alive, you're coming with me.
They remember the video game that came out, Rogue City? Like he has a lot of lines in it. And it's hit or miss.
Where are my Oreos? You're coming with me.
He denies that. Peter Weller denies that.
he needs to lean into that, not deny it.
Sounds like a grouchy type of guy. I got to be honest.
He may or may not be at the Cincinnati
See what
Comic-Con
I mean?
coming up.
He's
Yeah,
unreliable in these types of situations.
right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. I think there's, you can do it. You can definitely do it. And this guy seems to have been involved in some good projects.
Is he going to look like 80s RoboCop, or is he going to? Are they going to modernize him again?
Shiny black plastic
Yeah.
everywhere and aerodynamic.
Like, is this supposed to be that RoboCop, or is this just?
That was horrible. A horrible redesign. The what's that guy's name? Wombat? Joel somebody? Kinnaman?
Oh, Joel Kinnaman was RoboCop, yeah.
He was fine, but the costume was fucking horrible. The movie was bad too.
I never saw it.
Was that supposed to be
Good.
the same RoboCop though as the original RoboCop, or was that another RoboCop? I don't remember.
Was it a
domain.
reboot?
It was a
or
reboot.
like it was a reboot.
It was a
Full-on
reboot. So is this
Pretty
going to be a
sure.
reboot? Are we filling in gaps in the RoboCop timeline here?
Or does it actually start off with Murphy getting his
Murphy,
hand
that's his
shot
name.
off? Yeah.
Or is
Get
this not Murphy?
No,
Someone turns
Is this
I don't know.
Yeah.
is this Murphy's kid?
No. Let's see.
He was always half man, half robot because he was.
It's a
genetic.
new. It sounds like it's a new
Well,
story.
actually, he would be quarter robot,
Stop.
75% human,
Correct.
because he was half, and I'm assuming that the spouse was all human.
Right.
So he would
It might
really
be
only
recessive too. Not
Yeah.
sure.
That's
RoboCop
true.
can't fuck. He has
Could
no
be
penis.
You don't.
That's the first episode.
Yeah, that we find out.
They find
he
out. He goes, "Oh, wait a second. There was another."
You were supposed to take out his penis.
Right. It was here all along.
It
You're
was
like,
here the whole
no.
time. And we also find out
a
that
bay door opens in the suit. Now here you go.
the cyborg enhancements are part of his DNA that he can pass on to his progeny.
How
I
does
mean,
And
that
he has
work?
two
just writes
kids.
itself.
And there's a good offspring and there's evil offspring. And now they're fighting for control over New Detroit.
Is it nanomachines? Is that how it works?
It might be.
There's
All I know
nanomachines
is
in
that
his
I
jizz?
would
It's all AI.
watch
It's
that
AI
show.
probably. It's probably AI.
AI, not nanomachines. Yeah, it's
Right.
over.
See, there's good
Yeah.
Murphy and there's bad Murphy, but they're still brothers, so he doesn't want to have to bring
No.
his brother in.
There's no way you can involve like giving birth to a robot in the RoboCop universe.
I'm
Sorry.
pretty sure we can make that work.
No, you guys are shaking your head, but no,
think you
it's
can.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
Sound
think
off in the
it plays
comments.
into the satire of RoboCop. The over the top satire.
Right. All right.
You just have it's a really graphic birth scene, and I think
Yes. Like full on Cronenberg birth scene.
Because it's
Yeah.
hard to pass the robotic limbs.
the
you're fine. Can you
robotic, yeah.
imagine? Yeah.
Yeah, imagine trying to shit
Right.
out a screwdriver.
We've already. This is so much better than whatever this Amazon.
And
series
whatever
is
they're
gonna be.
No,
coming up
don't
with
say that.
is not as good as what we just came up with.
No. I think it could
Our
be good.
soft pitch
No.
for Son of RoboCop.
Even that Canadian RoboCop TV series was pretty good. They had like Black RoboCop. He was good. Like he had
Wait.
two guns.
When you say Black RoboCop,
He was a
Was it
black
a-
guy.
what-
Like a
black guy.
black
Okay.
cop died, and they made him into like the new RoboCop. And he had two guns, and he helped. I think they worked together with the
Like
first
Iron Man and
RoboCop.
War Machine?
It's more like, yeah, like RoboCop went rogue, and they had Black RoboCop had to get his. He wasn't called Black RoboCop, obviously. He was,
Are you sure?
yeah, the guy. The guy's name was Cable, so I think they called him Robo Cable, maybe.
And they weren't sued by Marvel for that?
His name was Cable. Like the guy's name was like John Cable. So he was like, I'm not 100% on these details, but I'm for sure he had two guns. And that was the best part. And it was the same guns that RoboCop had, but he had two of them. And he was just like RoboCop, except like a different color armor and skin and two guns. Otherwise, same. And they became friends at the end. It wasn't good. Again, you have the same problem where RoboCop is talking, and it's like he would never say that. Like it's stupid. All right, I think we're done with Watch This, Jerks, and we're onto some shopping news. I just wanted to share that if you needed some, is that a 4-bit, I guess, hot sauce, Atari has a new line of 2-bit. I don't know how many bits Atari 2600 was, but they have hot sauce now. I saw Thorbon.
Every bite is an adventure.
Thorbon posted this on the at Video Game Deals account, and I looked at it and I was like, "This is a joke or this is real? This could go either way." But sure enough,
Very real.
it is very real. I'm just looking at it now for the first. How much is this? This is pound. This is euros. I don't understand.
Yeah,
euros.
I don't know. I don't know how to get it to show.
It's basically like $7 or $8. I would say.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. Well, they do have Yar's Revenge hot sauce. Okay, I was wondering. I thought that might be a missed opportunity, but
These same guys have put out Street Fighter hot sauce.
okay, that's the
So-
thing. The box art is cool and the bottle is cool, like the art on the bottle. But
I'm gonna have to check out Jungle Gyms here. I'm sure they'll import some of this, and I can buy it.
you're gonna import the Atari hot sauce?
Probably. You saw I showed you some pictures
Yes.
from our grocery store.
But Atari hot sauce?
I bet if I went and asked them, they
Okay.
would get it.
All right, wait, Wombat. Without looking, I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay,
Sure.
what flavor is the Berserk hot sauce?
I would assume that should be like the hottest. Just based on
It
the
doesn't
name.
tell you like the.
It does have hot in the name, but good.
Like that should be the hottest.
No, they all are. Like I don't think it tells you how hot it is, but it tells you like
Some
what
were
the flavor,
barbecue sauces.
the flavor profile. They all say hot sauce or hot. Oh no! Or there's a
There
hot
it
barbecue
is.
sauce.
The energy. No, sorry, that's their
Well, the answer's wrong.
calories.
It was citrus. Was the answer? Berserk. When you think of Berserk and Evil Otto, think citrus.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, there's no Scoville scale on any of these.
All right. What good is it? It says Yar's Revenge will give you diarrhea, though, guaranteed.
Well, that's Yar's Revenge.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Where are we here? New releases? Other than hot sauce, non-hot sauce related new releases?
Do you want to pay
stuck looking at this page anyways?
$60 for Epic Mickey?
Is
Remember
he
Epic
rebrushed?
Mickey? It is rebrushed.
Is it
Epic Mickey, it's the game that came out how long ago? Forever ago, but now it's rebrushed and $60.
I would say if it's PS5 Pro Enhanced, then I might think about it. That's a joke.
I don't think it is.
I don't
know.
I don't care.
Me
Not buying it.
neither.
I don't have PS5.
2010. 2010 is when Epic Mickey came out.
Well, so
Time for a
mean,
remaster.
It's a good. I mean, it seems like a decent time for a remaster.
I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm just saying $60.
I don't understand the $60. I got to be honest. Like, what? We can't come in a little lower on this. Maybe sell a little extra volume.
Let's make sure
this is a game.
Right.
I feel like this game is for people who have already played it.
Yeah,
right?
it's
who's the audience?
Maybe. I mean,
you have $60. You have $60. You're gonna buy a platformer on the PlayStation. You're gonna get the new Astrobot, right? That's what you would get with your $60.
Right.
This has to be a game. This game has to be for people who are playing Astrobot and are like, I miss a good platformer. Oh wow, they remastered that Mickey Mouse game.
Everybody loves Mickey.
But you also have to think about it. Like,
if it was $30, you might be able to hook someone like
14 years later, the people who played Epic Mickey now have kids who may want to play a Mickey Mouse platforming game.
Saying there are 14-year-olds with kids that want to know.
I don't think that math works quite right, but
it could though.
But I think there's a market for it. It's just it seems
it's not a $60 market.
It seems like it's a $40. Like, you come in at $40 with this right off the bat.
Right.
Just
that's dumb.
Don't try to get the extra $20 out of people who want to play Epic Mickey. Like,
bad decisions.
I think it'll sell fine when it gets down into the $20-$30 range, right? So launch it at 40 and then get your extra $10 or $20 out of it, not your extra. Like, it's going to go down to $20 right away, right? Like,
right. It's not gonna, not gonna stick around for too long. That price.
Yeah, and then I also like it. I don't know. They're aiming all of these games at us, like, in hopes that we buy them for our kids. Like, there's this Matchbox Driving Adventures game, which is interesting because Mattel owns both Hot Wheels and Matchbox, and so they have their Hot Wheels games going, like, that are their like main tier games. And I watched the video for this. It looked fine too, but it's definitely got some more budget around it. But it still looked like a fun, like, toy car racing game, like you would expect, with like crazy stuff happening while you're racing. And it looks all right. It's interesting that you can have another company like it's like, yeah, we'll take Matchbox over here and we'll use that license and we'll sell some copies.
Right.
But
double dip.
And then the third Karate Kid game in this generation is coming out.
I saw it. It looks like it could be good.
This one looks more like Streets of Rage than the other two Karate Kid games that already exist,
which look like ass.
They are yes. they are okay, but yes.
I remember looking
at
that.
Those are what, Game Mill games? Does that make sense?
Yes, we are. So I believe Matchbox Driving Adventures is an OG games, and or Outright Games, I think is the name of that company. And then Karate Kid is a Game Mill. So I applaud these companies because they commit to the licenses and they put out games. Right? Like,
you got to, otherwise you lose it probably.
Yeah. So I don't know. Those are the things.
All right.
I think are those all the big releases?
Probably.
the big releases.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Wombat's Fortnightly news. I mean, we covered the controller, which was the big Fortnite news.
I did hit level 200.
And there's the other big Fortnite news.
So there you go.
This season didn't end till like November though, right?
Yeah, and I hit 200 like a week and a half ago. And then I took like a week off of playing the game. I didn't play much at all.
I haven't played much this season at all. Like maybe 3 or 4 times. And I think I'm like level 40 something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like made an XP gaining pretty easy this season.
I think I played like an hour of Lego and I bumped out and I had like 75 battle stars or something like that. So
I mean, I prefer that to
one for me.
Yeah, I prefer that to a lot of other games where going up one level takes like an hour.
I'm surprised they haven't had the Transformers from the movie in this.
Oh, I mean they've had Transformers.
Yeah, but this must be a smaller movie, I guess.
They could put out the skins from last year again.
Bring them back.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
Throw Bumblebee in the shop.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Any of these stories in your fortnightly news look interesting? Did you watch the PlayStation State of Play today? I think that was today.
Yesterday.
Oh,
yesterday. I watched like part of it. I was making dinner while it was on, so I kind of had it on in the background whilst I was cooking.
The new Ghost of Tsushima game looks good, or whatever.
Yes.
Ghost of, what is it called now? Ghost of something.
Ghosts of Yotei? I don't want to pronounce it.
Jerry.
Yotei. You tell me. How is that pronounced?
Yotei.
Yotei. Yeah.
And now it's a girl, and I see people are complaining about the girl.
It's a female protagonist.
Yeah, you don't like that.
Voiced by a Dropout TV regular, Erika Ishii.
Okay.
Voicing the lead character.
Nice.
Yep, I like that because I like her. Because I like Dropout.
Right. So this is the first. Well, they re-released the first one on PS5, right? Is that what they did? This will be the first like native PS5 Ghost game. These other games, I watched this Hell Is Us trailer. That looked pretty cool. I see like there's a lot of games coming out, like third-person action RPGs seem to be coming back. I feel like maybe you can make these games and they're not too expensive, or less expensive than maybe some other games. Because there's a few of these in the lineup of this Sony State of Play. There was that one. There was like Archage, I think. And there was some other one that I watched. I don't know. It looked pretty cool. That one looked good though. The Hell Is Us. Controversial title.
I haven't decided if I'm excited or not yet for the Soul Reaver remasters.
Those are, I mean, it's nice to see those
games again.
Up. Yeah.
But I mean, I played those games 25 years ago. Is that when I played Soul Reaver?
Soul Reaver's
99.
Been a bit. Yeah.
I played Soul Reaver. Yeah. I played Soul Reaver. I had graduated college, but I was still living at home. So it had to be 1999.
I'm interested to see how those games hold up
It must be hard.
Just like control wise at this point too. Like it's at that time, like the way the movement was, it was like pretty like, oh, this is like incredible as far as like how I'm grabbing onto and climbing on things and like gliding and stuff. But like it might be a little rough now.
Yeah. Or just like I'm pulling you would pull the iron bar out of the fence and you would stab someone. I'm like, wow, you could like pull things and look at the animation on the killing the bad guy here. I'd never seen anything like that before at the time.
It's not going to do much for you now.
But I was going to say, but is it going to do anything for me now? It's like maybe the memory is better. Because at the time it blew my mind.
Yes.
Right? Like this at the time, especially when I was playing that game, like I have very distinct memories of playing the first Soul Reaver game. Like I said, I had recently graduated college. I was living at home. It sucked. I was depressed, and I was playing Soul Reaver, and it was like, oh, this is literally.
This guy gets it.
This guy
he's just
literally.
like me.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was so like, and again, it's the kind of dumbass thing that only a 21-year-old would think. but it was 22 maybe. But
Yeah, there was certainly some of that with Soul Reaver, right?
Yeah.
Because like it was the dark, edgy game
Mhm.
back then. Like it was like, oh,
Yeah.
this was like the gateway
yeah,
Right.
this is
to,
like,
to
this
the
game,
modern
yeah.
games.
this game understands me
Right.
at that point in my life, and which is funny. But again, it was also perfect. So I don't know if I'd want to play it again. I'd rather them like, oh, and we're gonna make Soul Reaver 3 something new and amazing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
What else was there?
It does sound like though they kept Tony J's voice in the trailers, and I believe he died like 10 years ago. So
Right. They're also coming out. They're coming out with a Hitman VR game for PSVR 2, which is a great name. I don't think they came out with too many games for PSVR 2, but if you bought Hitman World of Assassination, I mean, if you bought the Hitman game, you can pay extra to unlock this if you have the VR. It looks really cool and fun, but like no one's gonna be able to play that. Like, how many PSVR 2s did they sell? Yeah, I don't know. That was about it for that, I guess. I guess the other big news was that Assassin's Creed Shadows got delayed till next year, till February. That's the samurai game in Japan with the Black Samurai that's causing all the outrage. All these Japanese games are so controversial now because people want to make money on social media. Crazy. I'm sure it's delayed just because the game is not that good. I mean, they just keep delaying the games rather than releasing these broken games. Are you guys still playing? Speaking of broken games, you guys playing Star Wars still?
They keep saying there's going to be another, like they're
Yeah.
working on a
Patch.
big patch, and I'm waiting for the big patch.
Yep, I am as well. And then I don't know. The kids got the Skylanders back out, so we've been back in the Skylands here for.
It's Star Wars.
Oh, I see them on the table behind you.
Yeah, they're all like they're all over the place back
That's
there.
Ubisoft's fault right there because they couldn't fucking get the Star Wars game working. If that Star Wars game just worked properly, you could have all those figures just back on the shelf.
Back in the tubs.
Nice
where
and
they go.
neat. Nice and neat. You can blame that. You can sue them.
Yeah.
One thing I learned from this Assassin's Creed delay was that in Japan, they call Ubisoft UBI soft. Like the letters UBI.
Okay.
That's all. I learned that because it was in Japanese. I was like, really? That's what it is? And I showed it to my wife and she's like, yeah. What else we got? Some CAG bag? Are we ready for CAG bag?
Sure.
What happened to my CAG bag? I thought I had more.
I don't know.
This one is from Funnydale. Microsoft announced some transparent controllers today, which look pretty cool actually. And he writes should Microsoft spend less time making snazzy transparent controllers and more time making sure that these controllers don't fall apart 2 weeks after taking them out of the box? I've gone through 5 to 6 controllers since 2020. One of them was an Elite 2 gamepad. I only get the Elite ones now because
I don't. I actually prefer the old school ones.
You don't use the paddle on the back?
I occasionally, but I prefer.
That's gonna help you with your Fortnite, dude.
Not really.
It will. What do you mean, not really?
Really.
How could it not help you? You can jump with the button, and while you're jumping, you can aim now. Isn't that gonna help you?
No.
What do you mean? No.
I need more because I need more help than that anyway.
What if we got somebody to push the jump button for you?
That maybe.
Oh. That's funny.
I've had good luck. I don't know.
Have you? I've had so luck.
I would say I've had so luck.
I mean, I'm still on the Elite 1 controller. Like, we just wore through, like early this summer, we wore through the rubber that was on the original left stick.
That's a great run.
So, and then we just replaced the stick. Right now we've got the tall boy on the left stick.
Right. And I like that one.
It keeps on chugging along. Seems fine.
I feel like maybe my controllers were dropped maybe by accident a couple times, and that's why the shoulder buttons don't work. But also I know that they have problems with the shoulder buttons.
I also I don't know, we have like a ton of like just the original Xbox One controllers too that
Fine.
still work fine with the new stuff too. So
I need the jump button on the back. Otherwise,
yeah, I'm gonna get another Elite because Dash is kind of taking over my original Elite now, and
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like a 7-year-old has been using that controller.
I let Ty use the Elite with the broken shoulder button.
Yeah.
I put mine.
That's what you do.
Put mine in the corner somewhere.
That's what a loving father does.
He doesn't know. I just put mine in like somewhere where he's probably not going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to use it. Anything else we want to talk about? Want to talk about Mayor Adams being indicted?
No, that's crazy.
The first
you think he'll
sitting
resign?
mayor.
He should resign,
yes,
right?
he will. He's the first sitting mayor of New York City to be charged with a federal crime.
That seems impossible.
Well, he's
your
sitting
mayors
mayor.
are always
Sitting mayor.
Okay, your mayors are always into crime, though.
I mean,
usually just incompetence.
Was Beam into crime? I don't think Beam was into crime.
Who's Beam?
Beam. What was his first name? Oh, I forgot.
Mr.
Beam. He was Mayor Beam. He was mayor of New York City in the pre-Koch.
Well, I don't. How would I? That was before I was alive.
I'm just saying. You don't know any of the mayors of New York?
I do. The ones I was alive.
Fiorello LaGuardia? You don't remember
I wasn't
him?
alive.
Nelson D. Rockefeller?
I mean,
he was a VP nominee.
He was already rich.
I'm sure he was always on the up and up.
Yeah, exactly.
He probably didn't need to steal any more money.
Koch, Dinkins.
He wasn't good.
Remember Dinkins?
He was bad.
Dinkins wasn't terrible.
He was just nebbish.
He wasn't a nebbish. He wasn't that bad.
He didn't. He was a lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
He was concerned about tennis. He was worried about the tennis courts being too noisy from the airplanes.
There you go.
All right. Anything else we didn't cover? Any hot items? I don't think so. So I guess we'll see you next week.
Red's done.